Gravy gang! What is going on, everybody? It's Past Gravy, episode 547 with your pals Alex, Pat, and Bobby Jokes, holding it down for the not 547th time that we've done it, but some amount of numbers, some triple-digit amount of numbers we've done it. What would you guess the amount of podcasts we have done together is? I feel like we try and do this every now and then. 7. I'm gonna
guess
over.
like 370.
Yeah,
I feel like
right.
I jumped on. It was like 200 or 250, wasn't it? I think it was like a even-ish type number like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I do want to become a life coach. So this is a life coach podcast because I heard somebody telling someone, like they were talking to somebody on the phone, and it was a FaceTime person that was talking back to them like, well, my life coach said this, and I was like, life coach. I've gone on rants about life coaches, but like if we're a life coach podcast, then we can just tell people to do anything, and if you do it and it's wrong, be like, my life coach told me to do that. So if you take any of our advice and it goes poorly for you, just like justify it by being like, my life coach told me to do this. We are your life coaches. You don't have to listen to us, but if you do, use this as an excuse, and then like you can like no consequences.
I don't know how I would react if somebody told me they had a life coach. I'd be, oh, you're an idiot. You're a stupid person. What's your life coach's qualifications? It's just a guy.
They've lived life.
It's a guy. It's just some guy that's like kind of in shape and says weirdly, oddly specific, or not specific.
No, that's a
general.
trainer. That's a trainer. You don't have to be in shape to be a life coach.
No, but like usually they are, but then they just say like very general, broad, inspirational things to you also.
Yeah.
That's a life coach. And if you pay for that, you're dumb. It's a very California thing. I feel like there's not that many in Texas.
No, but like I like hearing this person use it as an excuse. Like, well, and I don't even know what they were talking about. Like, I was just like, I was at the store, but like to be on FaceTime once, like one in a store is insane to me. Anyways, already an insane move, and then to be talking to somebody with a life coach, also an insane move. So like they go together. It made sense. Like, oh yeah, the person with the life coach is talking to the person that FaceTimes while in the store. And like, I'm not saying it's bad to FaceTime in the store if you're like, honey, what kind of this do you want from the store? Is it this? Do you want this kind of ketchup or this kind of ketchup? Like that's what different. FaceTiming's for. But like not just carrying a conversation the whole time. Like that was instead of a phone call.
Yeah, no, you're talking about like, oh, is this the right item? Cool. That's a 9-second thing. People that are just walking up and down the aisles on FaceTime, you're not even looking at your phone. You're looking at the things on the aisles. Yeah. Get off your fucking phone. Or at least just put it on an earpiece and then have a regular fucking phone call. You don't need to see the other person. Because the people on FaceTimes, they're never even looking at the FaceTime. They're never looking at each other.
No, they're not. The Spin Zone, though, if you didn't do that, then I wouldn't have overheard this conversation and we wouldn't be a life coach podcast now. We will be free life coaches. If you'd like to upgrade to the premium plan, then hit up Robert for details. I believe it's $5.99 for the premium plan. But we can be your life coaches. And also like that just gets you added things. But like right now we're your free life coaches. And just if you're trying to justify anything that went wrong, be like, my life coach told me to do it. And they'll be like, what? I'm like, this is the podcast they do. It's called Past Gravy Podcast. So we're motivational, we're inspirational, and we're coaches essentially.
I think I'm a practical life coach.
But it gives you a way to like write off, like to just like justify anything. It's like, no, so-and-so told me to. Like that's exactly what it gives you. Like it's the adult version of that.
Which if that's why you want a life coach, then I'm the perfect life coach.
Yeah.
Blame everything on me.
That's what I thought about.
I will tell you the wrong thing to do all the time.
Well, when she was telling me, like, not that she wasn't telling me that, but when she was like me, who just incepted myself into this conversation, I was like, this person has a life coach. Okay, cool. I was like she was using it to be like, my life coach said this. That means I don't have to do that. Okay, cool. And I was like, that'd be so sick to just justify anything by being like my coach told me. Like, because if it was like Pat told me not to do that, like, why the fuck you care what Pat says? But my life coach, that adds authority to it. Pat, my life coach, you're like, right. No, it's basically, I think it's the word
call
coach.
Your coach. Because once you say life coach, everyone else in the room just tunes out like, oh, this person's an idiot.
But life coach is because you weren't on a team. So you just had to make up a team, which was you. And then the person telling you to do things, you were just like, you're my coach.
I think a life coach is either because you have way too much money and you already have a therapist, or you just don't have enough money to get a therapist.
That too.
Like you can't afford the therapist, so you get it, or
It's like
you're so
a
rich you got
middleman.
a team of therapists, and you're like, you know what? I'm also going to get a life coach. I'm just going to take away all decision making in my life.
How much would you guys guess? Like the average per hour, how much does it cost for a life coach?
Oh, like $250
I'm gonna.
an hour.
I was going to say like $80 an hour, probably.
Okay, so the average here, just the one Google thing I did, 120 an hour.
And like, you think we're not great guys? We give you guys about 2 hours of a podcast a week. That's like $240 free that we are saving you and your family. When you're talking about Sleepy Joe taking money from your pockets, we'll pass the gravy. We're canceling that out. We're putting $240 back in your pocket every single week. We are stimulating this economy. It is us holding us up by a thread. We're Atlas. The economy is the world, and then Pat, Alex, and Robert life coaching everybody for free is Atlas. Somebody make that meme. That's a solid little verbal meme. Shout out to Raimundo for the Manuary meme with all the black, white, and every race hands doing it. That was cool.
And if you want the premium, it's just you get my cell phone number and you can ask me whatever you want.
So you can text Pat. Yeah. But other than that, just justify.
Don't call me. Even if I won't answer.
Unless it's like a crime, like a serious crime, like you can just kind of justify like, oh, Pat and Alex told me to have another beer. Pat and Alex told me I should have another beer at the bar.
If they're paying me, I will answer. But actually, I ask that you FaceTime me at that point. Because if we're going to commit to this stupid ass arrangement, we're going to commit all the way.
Yeah. But a life coach is just a middleman that you go to before you've committed to like therapy.
Yeah.
So there we go.
It's just an unlicensed therapist is what it is.
Were life coaches just failed like trainers? They're like, you know what? I don't need to keep working out. Like it was a lazy trainer. It was like, I like telling people what to do. But I myself don't like having to be in shape all the time. I could sit and eat Cheetos and watch TV and then still just like be like, I'm giving you life advice, not so much workout advice. So then you just kind of shift your clientele slightly and then boom, life coach.
I think they all wanted to be therapists, but they were like, that's too much time and money. And I don't want to do any of that. So they're like, fine, I will just be a trainer. But then they're like, oh, you actually have to get certified to be a trainer also. And they said, fuck it, I'm just gonna be a life coach.
Yeah, like they did I could be a minister, or you could do what Pat and a lot of other people do is like Robert and just go to a website and become ordained by paying whatever the fee is, and boom, done.
Like every single life coach on the planet is definitely a narcissist.
Part narcissist, which is a Parcissist.
Ooh.
So like, yeah, I think I'm Parcissist, which is toxic and not toxic. If we're going back to last week's callback too.
I think you might just be a narcissist, bud.
No, I'm a Parcissist because I'm not all the way a narcissist, but like I'm aware. Like it's like when we say like we're dumb, we're dumb, but we're dumb enough to know we're smart enough to know we're dumb. It's like I'm a narcissist, but I'm self-aware enough and not enough of a narcissist to be aware of myself being a narcissist. I think narcissists don't realize that they're narcissists. They just think the whole world revolves around them. I am like, I like it when I'm the main character, but I get that I'm not the main character. I understand that. So
see, it's the same for me, but different is that I am a narcissist for sure, but I also hate myself. So I'm not a total narcissist.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like,
but I also love myself because I'm awesome.
I'm high low. I'm very high or low on myself at all times. There's no in between.
Now it just sounds like now that just sounds like bipolar.
That was the old me. I'm a life coach now, so I'm great. I'm always great. We're always great. You listening to us right now, great. Watching us right now on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@PassGrade Podcast, or just search Pass Grade Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to both audio and the YouTube version, and make sure that you strap on in for episode 547 with us. One thing I wanted to bring up in the Precome segment, you guys have seen the Atkins commercials with Rob Lowe in them. Like, did you know that he's on Atkins?
Yeah.
Because he is trying to fuck that Atkins food. The way Rob Lowe talks about like, I just love throwing a milkshake, one of the milkshake shakes in the freezer for about an hour instead of getting one of those, the pint of you know what it is. And just, I love one of these peanut buttery bars, just putting it in my mouth right before dinner. Just a little something to tide me over. There's nothing better than waking up with a creamy, chewy snack from Atkins. And then Wanda Sykes is like, what the hell, Rob Lowe? I'm like, fuck yeah, Wanda. Call him on his shit. He's trying to fuck that food. And I think Wanda Sykes needed to call him out. So shout out Wanda Sykes. We're a Wanda Sykes podcast as well. But Rob Lowe is trying to fuck Atkins food.
Counterpoint. I think he's just so fucking hot that anything he does or says sounds sexual.
Is it?
He is
it's working.
Like the most beautiful man of all time.
He's good looking for sure. I mean, there's no
like
denying that.
Rob Lowe's hot. There's like that's not even like a sexual thing or a gay thing for me. Rob Lowe's hot, and there's no denying it.
Yeah,
that'd be like a woman saying Margot Robbie's hot. Duh. Yeah, like Rob Lowe's hot. So like when you're that level of hot, no matter what you do or say, everyone else is just going to be like, God damn, that was sexy. Because it is. Rob Lowe could be like, I just took a steaming shit in a porta potty. And you'd be like, God, that was hot.
But see, I don't think it's like hot. I think he's just being overly sexual about it. And I'm like, dude, it's fucking a milkshake. It's like a losing weight milkshake. I mean, you're selling the fuck out of it. I get it. I get it. But like, chill out a little bit. And then I love that they added Wanda Sykes. Like, all right, I think Rob Lowe is trying to fuck everybody. We need Wanda to be like, hey, I don't understand this. And he's like, try this. And she's like, all right, it's good. But settle down, Rob. I'm like, yeah, do that, Wanda, please.
I don't want Rob to settle down at all.
Maybe a little bit.
No.
Maybe a little bit. He does hate the Astros. You're forgetting that, remember? He's an Astro hater. So if you want something negative
he's
about
a
him,
Hollywood liberal elite. What are you going to do? But you know what? He's nice to look at. I like him in Parks and Rec. I feel good about myself when I look into his eyes.
You know how we were talking about releasing people's names that are on lists? If there's a list of like food fuckers, Rob Lowe is probably on it.
And Jason Biggs.
And Jason Biggs, absolutely. But he does that more as like a method acting kind of thing. But yeah, Rob Lowe, Jason Biggs, those are the two people on the food fucker list.
And any woman that owns a cucumber. They can say they're making salads, but we know what they're doing.
Yeah, I haven't seen you eat any salads.
You fucking liars.
Yep. All right. What did you guys bring in?
I had this thought today. So I was driving and I turned into somewhere. And as I turned in, I realized, or like a minute after, I had absolutely zero recollection of making the turn. And I know that there's a term for it. I can't remember what it's called. It's like driving blindness or something. But have you ever like done that and you had no recollection of like the previous 30 seconds of when you were driving and you just have that thought like, am I dead right now? And my brain is now just like filling like what would have happened, but I'm dead as shit. Like I'm in a ditch or like I've been T-boned by another car because I wasn't paying attention and turned into traffic.
I absolutely have not thought that exact thing, but I have done that before. When I used to drive from college up in Huntsville to Houston, which was like an hour 20. Like there would be mornings I would get up very early and I would just like be pulling into the parking garage and be like, I don't really remember most of this drive.
I mean, that's the normal part. Everybody does that, but I like right now, I don't know if this is actually happening. You guys could like be getting a phone call right now. Like, why is Pat not here for the podcast? And you're like, you call my brother, and my brother's like, dude, he's dead as fuck. Like he fucking drove right into a bus today.
Dude, he's dead as fuck. That's probably exactly what your brother would say.
Completely sober too.
Dude. He had just become a life coach.
This is always what he wanted. I think about when my ADD just fucking goes rampant. And that's really what it is I was having a high ADD day.
That happens.
But, you know,
to me,
what you can do.
Yeah. It happens sometimes. But no, like I totally get that. Where you're just like, oh fuck, I don't really remember any of this shit. It's really like it's nice though that you can just black that out because that's like that's the most boring part of the drive is the shit you don't like getting there.
No, I was turning into a parking lot. It was just like that. Like I remember driving up to
it, getting to anywhere is the worst part about getting there.
I just don't remember the 3-second turn. because I was probably not fucking paying attention. I was daydreaming about some shit or a sports bet I wanted to
But
make.
you can just go into autopilot, and your body's like, we do do that at times.
And I'm a phenomenal driver, so I'm not worried about it. Like I said, I've done that a million times while driving, but
I feel like I do that like on like NFL and college football Saturdays and Sundays. It's like body just wakes up. I go to the living room. I turn on ESPN. I look at the slate of games. I pull out my little pad, like my paper that I like will like circle bets I like on. Like it's a whole routine. It's like oh shit, I woke up today. Okay, I'm already here. Like I don't remember getting to this couch, but here I am.
see, at
Once
least
you
you
do
have a
stuff enough,
routine.
it's a routine.
I've got no routine on the weekends. My weekend routine is I wake up whenever the fuck I wake up, and then I usually scroll my phone from anywhere from 20 minutes to 2 hours
Yeah.
before I get out of bed. Because I'm a child and I have no responsibilities.
No, I don't think you're alone in that. I think there's a lot of people that probably do stuff similar to that.
Yeah, but like anybody that's like married or has a girlfriend, they'd be like, get the fuck out of bed. I'm just like, this is dope. I don't have to move.
I did forget to mention that I'm finally like I'm officially back, boys, because I did pass out in an Uber this weekend for the first time in a long time. It's been a couple of years. Went to the Rockets game with my brother, and he made the best steak I've ever had in my entire life. It was phenomenal.
I saw him post about that.
It was so good.
It was so good.
It was so good. Everything he makes is amazing. That was the best steak I've ever had in my life. But went to a party after that. It was a little litty. I didn't drive. I Ubered. So shout out to me for being safe. And I don't really remember like the ride because I was asleep. I remember like being like, okay, gotta go, get in the car. And then I just remember waking up to somebody shaking me, being like, Mr. Alex, we are here. We are here, Mr. Alex. We have arrived. Mr. Alex, wake up.
I hope you gave him a nice tip.
Oh, I did. I tipped him like $10. And I was just like, oh, sorry, dude. I was like, hey, that's why I called you, right? And he laughed. It was like cool. Like he was like, I hope that he hadn't been doing it for like 20 minutes, but I feel like it was just a shake. But I definitely had fallen asleep in the back of that car, which shows me flexing my toxic male privilege. It is January though, so I'm allowed to do that.
And also just enjoy that while you can, because you're going to have a baby and then you're not going to be going out and not blacking out.
Right. That's true. So I might as well get it out of the way. Yeah. You guys start blacking out in Ubers. I mean, I wasn't throwing up in it. I just was falling asleep.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I was going to say,
I just asked,
did you eat? Yeah. You just said you had a steak. I realized it as I said it.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a fun little Saturday night. Aside from my not cool that happened, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But I forgot to bring that up. But I am officially back passing out in Ubers. It's been a minute.
Proud of you, bud.
Thanks, man.
What you got, Robert?
Yeah, Robert.
I think you're muted, buddy.
Oh, there we go. Huh? Nope. Still. Something's going on.
Dude, he's faking it. He just wants to make this go quicker.
He just all right. Yeah, Robert's got a hot date tonight. So Robert's like, can we wrap it up early, boys? And he's like, what if we just cut out my part?
Only if you do. Heyo.
Heyo. Uh-oh. What we got? He's still working on it. It's cool.
We can move on. If he wants to come back to it later, we'll come back to it later. But while he figures out his technical difficulties.
Why don't we tell you guys about Little M Shop, the best air fresheners on the planet. I just got this new studio, this new podcast room, and it does smell like a new place you're living in still. So I need to get some Little M air fresheners in here. I need to kind of make the place smell like Little M, make it smell like home. The best air fresheners on the planet. If you're driving around with this baby back bitch little fucking green or yellow or red or whatever colored tree, toss them in a garbage can and go to littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com. and order some of the best air fresheners on the planet. When you spend $10 or more, you're going to get free shipping. And when you use our promo code PTG69, our exclusive promo code, you're going to get 10% off your orders. So you can get 10% off your orders and free shipping when you spend $10 or more at littlemshop.com. The air fresheners, they look unique. They have cool designs on them. They say one of them says rad. It's got like an 80s look. One of them just looks like it's in outer space. And the other one's just a regular designed, just plain looking, cool designed Little M air freshener. They got the Fresh to Death scent, the Little Ice, and the Miami Beach. My personal favorite is the Fresh to Death, but you can't go wrong with any of them. I think I was rocking a Miami Beach in the trash can. I always give you a little hint, a little hack that you want to throw a Little M air freshener in the bottom of your trash can before you put the bag in. So if you have some stinky trash, it doesn't just ruin the whole thing. LittleMshop.com, your #1 site on the internet for all kinds of tchotchkes. They got keychains you can customize as well. They got stickers. They got all kinds of awesome things. Go check them out. LittleMshop.com. If you buy anything from LittleMshop.com, show them that you're supporting the people, supporting the podcast at Little EM Tweets on Twitter and at Little EM Shop on Instagram. LittleMshop.com, promo code PTG69 at checkout for 10% off your order at PTG69 for 10% off your order at checkout at LittleMshop.com, LittleEMShop.com. Robert, you got your mic back?
I think so. Yeah, can you guys hear
There
me?
we go.
There we
back.
go.
There we go. How do we start my board?
Oh, happens sometimes.
Yeah. You just want to get into
Would
the
you,
comeback kid?
Okay, yeah. Unless
Yeah.
you had anything crazy.
Nothing crazy.
All right.
Just get into the comeback kid.
It's the comeback kid. The comeback kid of the week. The comeback kid of the week. Bitch.
All right. Our first comeback kid this week is award shows. I mean, everybody knows that when the Gravies Awards go on at the end of every year, that is the official start of awards season. We start with the best. We open it up with the best. The Gravies Awards have come and gone already, and we're not gonna have another one of those till December. But the Golden Globes, everybody calls it the poor man's Gravies. That was over the weekend, I believe, on Sunday, and Joe Coy hosted it, and everybody just shit all over him because they said he wasn't funny. I did not watch a second of it. I saw some clips of his jokes. They seemed like monologue jokes from any award show. I think people just don't know Joe Coy as well as they know a lot of people. So it was just easy to just shit on this guy they thought was a no-name, even though Joe Coy is a fairly big comedian. I mean, you guys both know who he was, right?
Oh yeah.
I had no
Robert,
idea.
did you? You had no idea?
I did watch, not intentionally, because Evan and I were watching something, and then when I exited the streaming app, that's what just was on TV. But so I ended up watching it for maybe an hour and a half, and I was really confused. I'm like, oh, I guess they don't have a host, so they just have this random guy kind of just moving segments
Mediating
along.
it, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was weird. I like I said, I don't know him, so I didn't think he was good necessarily. He wasn't like awful. I just thought it was like, oh, they just need someone to mediate, as Alex said.
Mm-hmm. And if you think that any of the people that are doing those monologues write the jokes, you're wrong. I mean, they probably have a say in them, but he's got a whole team of writers helping him with all of those jokes. So shit on those people too. But I don't care. I don't think that it's a super easy job to do anyways. I believe Steve Martin came out and said that too, but like, I don't know. Don't shit on Joe Coy. Joe Coy seems cool.
Oh yeah, but also as a professional comedian who writes jokes for a living, I feel like he should have been able to be like, these aren't funny. I'm gonna write something better. But also, maybe since Ricky Gervais, they just don't allow the host to write any of their own jokes anymore. Who knows?
Yeah. And then he made Taylor Swift mad, and then not mad, but she just didn't seem like she liked his joke. And then
Apparently nobody liked any of his jokes.
The Swifties were mad, but yeah, that was just one more. I don't know. I didn't care, but the Golden Globes and awards shows are back. It's just funny to see such a pathetic excuse for an awards show after you already saw the Gravies. You know,
They're always
you already had the best.
It's always kind of awkward too, as I was watching like celebrity presenters, presenting the awards. Like you guys are actors, right? Like they have these like scripts beforehand, like, oh, me and this other person are going back and forth, and it just seems really awkward and like,
yeah, like that's what you do for a living.
Yeah,
I've never thought about that, but yeah, they're never well acted.
They're not. It's.
What about you, Jennifer Aniston? Do you feel the same way? It's always delivered like that.
Yeah, that is pretty weird. But then those are the people that get the most worked up about anything like that goes wrong. Like the Will Smith slap was like the worst thing in the world to certain people there. And it's like, it's always, I said it on the morning show earlier today, but it's always the people that pretend to be other people that get the maddest when people say actual things. So like It's like, bro, you live in a pretend world. Sometimes the real world isn't exactly what you want it to be. You can't just get upset every single time. Fucking Meryl Streep.
The only point of award shows for me is every time one's coming up, Ricky Gervais's one goes viral again about him just calling out everybody in the room for knowing about Harvey Weinstein and doing nothing. And them all just sitting there awkwardly and angrily. And he's like, I don't fucking care. I'm not doing this again.
As long as it was Ricky Gervais and not Aaron Rodgers, it slides, right? Apparently, Aaron Rodgers can't have interviews anymore.
He's allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. That's been a whole thing. We're not getting into that again, but like that's been
he plays football. He gets a pass in America.
Hey, he's just a dude. Okay. Next up, we got Cat Williams, another comedian. Cat Williams is back. This kind of happened right after. I feel like it was the day after we did the pod last week. So like Thursday last week came out, and Cat Williams just putting everybody on blast, like calling out Kevin Hart, Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, a bunch of other people, just kind of trying to alleged corruption and shit in the industry. And then he reads like 3,000 books a week or a day or a year, whatever he said. He can run a 4.340, even though he did just run like a 4.640, which is fast as fuck when you think Cat Williams running a 40. So I don't know. Cat Williams just had a very, very Cat Williams, but also insane interview with Shannon Sharp. And just this is a future thing to remember for us, Pat. Did you watch any of that interview though at all?
A lot of the clips, yeah.
So Shannon, I mean, I got sucked into it and then I just listened to the whole thing because I was like, I want to hear all 2 hours of this. But Shannon Sharp just like sips Hennessy with everybody. They just drink cognac while they're doing the whole podcast, like out of this big thing. So we just need to do that. Just have like a fancy table between the two of us and we'll just be sipping cognac like that. I mean, we do that with Southern Star, but like the cognac glass. Maybe we need to put Southern Star in fancy glasses.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I've got a boot downstairs I can get. Like a glass boot, not an actual boot. I'm not doing a shoey.
I do have a new podcast room. Maybe you need to come over. We need to just do a drunk cast, but it'll just be like a Henny cast.
Ooh.
You need to christen it. You need to throw like a bottle against the wall. That's what they do with boats, right?
No, I don't want to do that. Dog. Yep. He's got a dog. You can't have shards of glass.
You can't have shards of glass. And like, I feel like I'm going to still be paying some damages of the old apartment.
Yeah. And
so
that's
start doing that on the new one. That's growth. That's growth right there. My life coach, Pat, taught me that.
You break bottles on ships.
Not just ships. You can break bottles on anything if you want to.
Well, you can.
I mean, did you ever heard of a newborn christening? That's what the priest breaks the bottle on the baby.
Somebody broke a bottle on my brother's head once. Took 3 swings though, so
not a great christening, but a christening nonetheless.
Yeah. Got away with it. They just didn't want to charge the guy. They're like, yeah, this is going to take too much effort from us. Not us. We wanted to charge him.
We should break it in. We should break it in with a drunk cast. We'll figure something out. But yeah, Cat Williams, kind of crazy, but Cat Williams has always been kind of crazy and still really fucking funny. And if any of the shit that he said was true, like that's some crazy shit he was just spewing out there. So
I mean, he really hasn't gotten any pushback. So
yeah, people
kind of have to assume it is.
Yeah, when you're just like, that guy's crazy, but like that's not true.
Yeah, nobody's come out and been like, he's lying. Everyone just kind of be like, yeah.
So shout out Cat Williams. Funny dude. Also back this week is the playoffs because the NFL playoffs. Super wild card weekend is back this week. And that's got a bunch of revenge games. Your Packers, congratulations, Pat, got into the playoffs. They're taking on Mike McCarthy, coach of the Cowboys, former coach of the Packers. You got Tyreek
Mike
Hill.
McFatfuck is his name. Mike McFatfuck.
They're taking so they'll be playing. Then you got Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins going to play his former team, the Chiefs. That's a big one. You got Jared Goff taking on the Rams, who traded him for Matt Stafford, who was like the guy in Detroit, and now he could kill Detroit in their season for the first time since they've had a home playoff game in a long time. All kinds of storylines going into it, but congratulations to Pat first off, because that's fucking sick. But revenge games are back.
Rebuilding year.
It is a rebuilding year, but like, you guys, you
We
have a
made
pretty
it in
good
a
track
rebuilding
record.
year. That's huge.
You got a
That's big.
pretty good track record against Dallas historically, I would say. So yeah, and then if we can help that out, also back this week, we're gonna do a little cursing today, boys, because I'm feeling a little cursy.
Fuck yeah.
And my two least favorite teams in the league do happen to be in the playoffs. The Giants did just skull fuck the Eagles, so they may be dead already. And it was one of those games where like they hurt people in the final game of the season, and I don't root for injuries, but I cannot be that upset when certain injuries happen. You know what I'm saying? Are they, oh, AJ
you don't
Brown,
root for 'em, but you can still laugh at 'em.
no, not AJ Brown, no, please get up and be better than our corner again, please. Oh no, be a real shame if he missed. And then Jalen Hurts, scumbag, terrible role model for kids, fucked up his finger, and so he just flipped off all the kids watching. And people were like, "Oh, this guy's a great role model for the young ones." No way, not my guy, not my role model. As a life coach, I tell you guys we should not look up to Jalen Hurts because he's a bad guy. He's a bad influence on children, and he's just going to teach them to shoot the bird to everybody. No place for that.
Super bad guy.
No place for that.
I would suggest maybe you root for a guy whose name is literally Love.
Love, yes. He doesn't want to hurt people. Packers. He wants to love people.
We preach love.
To love people. Exactly. We're a big love podcast, a life coach podcast, and a love podcast, as well as a toxic podcast, which is toxic in a good way. We're all kinds of podcasts, really. But fucking cursing the Dallas Cowboys, Packers, let's finish the job. Cowboys are not going to win the Super Bowl.
All the pressure's on them.
Recursing the Eagles. Yeah, nothing to lose. Fuck the Eagles. Fuck the Cowboys. Cursed. I'm undefeated on curses, fellas. Undefeated on curses. Thought I started off hot.
I don't believe the Packers are going to beat the Cowboys because I've watched all of the games this year. And we're young. We're not supposed to be here. But you know what? All of the pressure's on Dallas.
And
all of it. So I'm playing with house. I got some friends coming in town. We're all going to get together and watch it. So, like, yeah, I mean, if they come out and they beat the brakes off the Packers, I'm like, dude, we're not supposed to be here. We're the youngest team in the league. We're just kind of, we're back on the upslope. We had to rebuild, and I'm happy to be here right now. But I'm also like, but when we play the Cowboys in the playoffs, we tend to. The last time me and my friends all got together for Packers-Cowboys playoffs, Packers won on the last second field goal, and I told all my friends to look at my asshole. So
I hope CeeDee Lamb catches a ball at the very end of the game, but they rule it a non-catch, and they look at it and they still don't overturn it. And it's like a super controversial call that just fucks the Cowboys, since the Lions thing fucked the Lions before with the Cowboys. So, like, I hope the Cowboys lose because of just like an egregious officials call. I hope that it's like the most just like they should have won the game, but just the officials rip it out of their hands. Like, I want an all-time. I want what happened with the Saints and that pass interference against the Rams, the year the Rams. Like, I want that to happen to the Cowboys.
I don't. What I want to happen is the Cowboys run out of time trying to go down the field at the end because Mike McCarthy doesn't know how to manage a clock, even though he's been a head coach in the league for like 14, 15 years now, because he's a dumb fuck. He's so fucking fat that the oxygen can't get to his brain and he can't think at the end of the game because he's been standing for 2 hours and he's so fat he can't fucking do that. Because I've seen it happen 100 times for the Packers and also for the Cowboys. Now he's been there long enough. But yeah, I hope his former team rips his heart out. And by the time that they lose that, I hope all the good coaches have been hired, and then the Cowboys just have to either stay with him or they fire him and they have to get a new coach, and the new coach will suck. And Dak will go back to being shitty Dak next year.
Or what if the Packers just blow him out?
That'd be sick too.
That'd be sick.
My friend drives in all the way from San Antonio just to watch his team lose. Fucking loser.
Yeah, that's even better. I had to do that when I went to the Saints-Giants game. It was like a really sad 6-hour ride back. But like, when it's not you, it's way funner.
It's
way
awesome.
More fun. And then they're like the memes that you stockpile all year. It's just ready for the Cowboys are eliminated for the that's just gonna be great. Can you remind me, Robert, to put a spirit? Like, I know it's not even Halloween, but let's put the spirit Halloween meme just at AT&T Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting ahead of it. Halloween. They already got the Halloween decorations out.
Bunch of losers.
Bunch of fucking losers. Fuck the Cowboys. Fuck the Eagles. Cursed. Sorry. Just what I do. I have power. It's power I got. I didn't know I had that power until a couple years ago. But when I wield it, can't come back from that. So sorry, you're cursed. You're not winning a Super Bowl, guys. Go Packers, though. Go Packers, then go Bucks. And go
Bucks. Baker Mayfield, baby.
Go Texans too, but like I don't want to like curse Joe Flacco. He's a nice guy and he's old. He might break a hip.
And it's the Browns. Like nobody hates the Browns. Everyone's just like, dude, it's good to see the Browns doing a little well,
Right?
Deshaun isn't playing, but could you count that as like a revenge game?
Ooh, yeah, that would be a revenge game. And it'll be a revenge, because they should have all of the masseuses. Like they should give them tickets.
They could be like the rally nuns.
Yeah, and just go stare him down while he's probably not in there. He's such a piece of shit. He's probably like getting kicked out of massage parlors in Cleveland right now. He's probably not even thinking about his team. It's Joe Flacco's team.
Mm-hmm.
Flacco.
Yeah, dude. And how much do you think Deshaun Watson hates CJ Stroud secretly? He's never going to say, like, I fucking hate that guy, but he's like, God damn it. The Texans got rid of me. And now I suck. And they happen to do exactly the right move and get the next guy. And he's a stud. Like, he's got to hate that.
It's beautiful.
And a fun little tidbit that I want to share with everybody, if you don't know already, CJ Stroud's name is Coleridge. And my brother, I watched the Texans game with him on Saturday night, and just he loves being like, "Come on, Coleridge!" Like that's so much more fun than saying CJ. So if you want to start chanting Coleridge or just "Come on, Coleridge" and just referring to him as Coleridge, he's Coleridge Bernard is his name. But his dad is also
Stroud the Fourth.
His dad is also Coleridge, so I would assume CJ is just like Coleridge Jr. is what he went by, even though he wasn't.
But he's the fourth,
right? But usually it's like. When your dad is also that, you're just like JJ or whatever. CJ. Cool. Coleridge is a fucking sick name, though.
That's pretty dope.
Coleridge is a sick name. So, yeah, there we go. We're going to do our PTG picks coming up. I'm good at jinx betting, too. Do I just jinx bet the Cowboys and Eagles? I don't know if I can if they're both favorites. We'll figure it out. We do the PTG picks. If you're new to this, we've done it all year, but at Gravy Gambles is where you follow. We'll post it on our Instagram and on our Facebook page as well. But Pat and I pick 3 games each weekend out of the NFL slate. We pick an over, we pick an under, and we pick a
favorite.
We pick a favorite.
A
favorite, an underdog, and an over. And we're gonna do that for the first 2 rounds of the NFL playoffs. Then we're just gonna pick the conference championship games, and we'll give you a prop bet for the Super Bowl as well with our picks. So stay tuned to that, but go check it out. I have a slight lead on Pat right now, but maybe I start sacrificing. If me sacrificing games causes Dallas and Philadelphia to lose, so be it. Real shame if that happened. Real shame. Real shame. Would hate to see that. But yeah, PGG picks. Check those out before game day. Playoffs are back, and coaching changes are also back. We have all kinds of shit going on. It felt like we usually have like the Black Monday is what they call it, where they just fire everybody on Monday. On Sunday, they already let the Falcons coach go. Ron Rivera was out Monday. Then we find out Tuesday that Mike Vrabel's let go. Today,
ridiculous.
Wednesday, Pete Carroll no longer the coach of the Seahawks. Kind of crazy. So that's pretty nuts. And then the Giants are even having some coordinator turnover. They agreed to mutually part ways now today, but they initially had just had their defensive coordinator resign because they wouldn't fire him. And Wink Martindale is the emo of the week, which is the first emo of the week of the year, because he had his play sheet on Sunday during the Eagles-Giants game. It had Jack Bauer from 24?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Bauer with a gun, and it just said the 24 logo on the back. And then 24 hours later, he resigned from the Giants. So it was like a very MySpace, like song lyrics way of him to be like, I'm out. You didn't understand. Your lipstick, his collar. Don't bother, Angel. It's like, you didn't understand in those Taking Back Sundays lyrics that I was out as Giants defensive coordinator 24 hours from them. Well, that's on you. Like when your girlfriend would get mad at you in like 7th grade. And she's like, you didn't see my MySpace? I didn't look into that. I didn't look into it, all that shit, man. I thought it was a poem.
I didn't know when you put stupid boy that you were talking about me. That happened to me.
You like that song? Is it Keith Urban?
I think so. Yeah.
Shout out to me if I know that. If not, doesn't matter because I don't know country. But yeah. So Wink Martindale doing the 24 on his play card. That's kind of just like, I'm just gonna go ahead and say he's an emo of the week. It's a very, very teenage girl move. And then it was like the head coach was like, "Hey, we're gonna fire these two guys that you got, the linebacker coach and then the line coach," and he was like, "No, you can't do that." No, and then he was being petty, so then he did the 24 thing, and it was like, "Bro, the head coach can fire whoever he wants, and he was trying to keep you, but now you're gone, and I'm really just scared that he's gonna go to the Eagles and they're gonna fuck us up. But they're cursed right now, so they're not gonna win a Super Bowl."
Yeah, they're
So
terrible.
there's that.
They're
So there's
terrible right now.
There's that. So there's that. But yeah, Wink Martindale, your first emo of the week for 2024. Next comeback kid we got is marathons. Marathons are back this week because the Houston Marathon happens on Sunday, I believe. Now, not a marathon guy at all. Not a marathon guy. But I just wanted to say that I'm all for you wanting to run a marathon. I think marathons are great if you feel like you're up for it. I'm never going to do that. I'm just not going to commit to it. But fuck you if you think that because you can run 26.2 miles, you should get to block off all of the streets around a certain section of town once a year. Like, you don't have that right. What if I want to go do shit? Like, just because you want to go run there, like, run around a track, man. Like, why can't you just like go around the track this many times? It's super easy. You don't need to shut down fucking parts of a city so that people just run. This isn't the fucking Olympics. This isn't the Olympics.
Like,
Go
the
to Paris
Boston
and do
Marathon.
that shit.
That's a famous one. You can do it there. Houston? No, we're a hot city. Like, it's humid. Yeah, it's cold right now, but you know what? You never know. It could be 95 fucking degrees in January in Houston. We never fucking know. This is not the place to be doing marathons.
Even
And
in Boston.
we have bad enough traffic as is. You don't need to be fucking adding to it.
But even in Boston, even in New York, the New York Marathon is also a huge one. Like, how dare you shut down like New York City to let people go fucking run? Like, you got fucking Central Park, just make it around Central Park. Make it around fucking Central Park, all right? I don't fucking know. But there's got to be a better way than fucking with everybody else in the whole city. Like, well, these people wanted to run. They wanted to run, though. Go somewhere really far away. You can sign up for it and drive. You made the drive, man. You make the drive. I'm fucking just living my life trying to go get a fucking Starbucks on a Sunday, and now I can't because the streets are all blocked because you wanted to fucking run. Not fair. It's not fair. No. Fuck marathons.
Or you know what? Just have the marathon be like down I-10 somewhere, like farther down though. Like, just block off like 3 exits and have it be from like Brookshire to Luling. I don't know if that's way farther than 26 miles, but like, you know what I mean? Just have them run down the side of I-10.
Just put it at like NRG Stadium. Put it at like a football field. Wherever your local professional team is, just run around that. Go to the Toyota Center. Run around Toyota Center until it's been 26.2 miles. Like, I don't fucking know. But like, stop blocking traffic, man.
It's so fucking dumb. Running is stupid.
Like, good for you. Good for you that you can run for it. You're a better person than me. But stop fucking blocking traffic, man. I'm against marathons just like I am against anybody that protests in the street. Like, if you cause me to get backed up in traffic, I'm against whatever you're doing. Marathons, I'm against it. Simple as that. Simple as that. It's how it is. It's how it is.
I concur.
How it is. What do we got next? Our next comeback kid, Lil Nas X. Our boy Lil Nas X returns. The king is back, everybody, because he's releasing a new single on Friday the 12th. It's called J Christ, and he says he's getting biblical now. Don't know how much of that's true. Probably wouldn't put too much stock in that, but
nope.
I did listen to the little snippet he put out, and like, the beat fucking rocks already. We have the Gravies Award for Song of the Year. We gave a nominee to that Olivia Rodrigo song, Get Him Back, which stuck in my head until about Monday this week. Had a solid long run, but we're adding to it when J Christ from Lil Nas X comes out on Friday. That's officially getting a nomination for Gravies song of the year from it's an auxiliary gravy. And then while we're on auxiliary gravies, meme of the year, the big dog Tiger Woods meme. I'm just gonna put that up as a nominee already.
Big dog.
Big dog. What's up, big dog? That's pretty great. That's pretty.
I mean, anything
great.
Tiger does, he's an icon.
Yeah, yeah. When you finish this episode, or when you get to this part of the episode, just tweet us at @PassRayPod. Just big dog.
Big dog.
Tiger Woods big. Just everybody send us that as you get to this part of the episode, around the 45-minute mark, and then we'll know. We'll like, oh, you made it that far? Solid. But Lil Nas X is back. King is returning, and he's gonna deliver another banger. Can't wait for it. We're supporting no matter what. But shout out Lil Nas X, Comeback Kid this week, and then that's it. That's what we got, huh? That's all we got for Comeback Kid. That was pretty fast. Let's get now to the not cool segment. And there are a whole lot of things in this life that are not cool. One of them, though, is not ever going to be our good friends at Service Titan, who, hold on a second, Service Titan, if you're a plumbing, HVAC, or electrician owner, I got some good news for you because Service Titan is here to help you out. If you're starting the year strong, you're going to want to use Service Titan. It's the leading all-in-one software for the trades. And this January, you can get Service Titan for free for 2 months plus a $1,000 gift card. So that's free 2 months of service of Service Titan and $1,000 gift cards. It's game-changing operational efficiency and the best user experience for you and your customers. Service Titan is going to get the job done, and you're also going to get that $1,000 gift card. Don't let your current systems hold you back. Sign up by January 31st at servicetitan.com. That's servicetitan.com. Be sure you tell them Pass the Gravy sent you. Be like, it's all gravy, baby. And they're like, all right, gotcha. Or just be like, gravy, gravy, gravy gang. And they're like, yeah, it's Pass the Gravy, obviously. They'll probably have no idea, but try that. Let me know how it goes.
Do it.
Let me know how it goes. Yeah, lots of things in life are not cool. Service Titan is not one of them, and that's why they're the official sponsor of the Not Cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool.
All right. If you would like to participate in the Not Cool segment, it's just a way to a little vent sesh for everybody. All you got to do is send us something that happens to you throughout the week that makes you say, hey, man, that's not cool. You know, you stub your toe getting up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. That's not cool. You get run over by a bus. Slightly more not cool, but also a not cool. We're going to go through them and pick some of the best ones you guys send in each week. So let's start with some listener, viewer submitted not cools. Don't forget, viewer submitted not cools can be submitted by watching us on YouTube. You know, you can't submit them on YouTube, but I'm just trying to remind you guys, go watch us on fucking YouTube. If you're listening to us, go to YouTube, youtube.com, Pass the Gravy Podcast, which you search for, and then watch us. Subscribe to us there. And then if you're watching us, subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. So help us out. We got to get numbers on both. Give us clicks each week to help us double it up. Appreciate you guys. Y'all are the best. The first not cool from you guys and gals this week, it's going to be from our boy Josh Tree Caudle at Joshua Tree 713. Josh says, my not cool is the tree from the dude behind me being all over my backyard. I know this hoe's been throwing branches over the fence. Look at his compared to mine. And last night a branch went through his patio awning. So Robert, if you'll put this picture that Josh Tree attached on the YouTube version, the dude's throwing trees, or he's throwing branches over there from his tree. It looks like there's a bunch of trees falling, a bunch of branches falling, and that guy's just trying to get out of his yard, I guess.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
That's toxic. That's toxic of him to be doing that to you.
As with everything that Josh sends us, it was a little hard to follow. But yeah, from what I gathered, his neighbor's tree is falling shit into his yard. And then he's also just taking or his tree leans over and his neighbor's throwing branches back. I don't know. His neighbor's being a dick. Just be neighborly about it.
Yeah. So what you do is you need to burn those branches, throw them back over in your neighbor's yard, and then things get real heated. Tell him your life coach said.
Just be neighborly. Don't fuck with your neighbors. Just be cool about shit, man. If a branch falls over, just fucking throw it with your pile of shit.
Yeah, just build a fire.
There you go.
Build a fire. Not that difficult. So I guess that must mean.
Be cool.
The tree from the dude behind me is all over him. Oh,
Yeah, so it
no,
is his
no. So
neighbor's
it's
tree and it's falling
his tree
into his
is
shit.
falling all over. Yeah, that sucks.
So yeah, his neighbor's tree is falling over his backyard, and his neighbor is throwing branches into his backyard. Like it's his neighbor's
Yeah.
branches and he's throwing them over. Yeah, your neighbor's a fucking dick.
Like I could
Fuck that
understand
guy.
I could understand if you were throwing the branches back into your neighbor's yard because you're like, this is your fucking tree, dude. Take care of this. Or if like your tree was leaning in his yard and he was throwing the branches, that would kind of make sense. But if it's his tree in his yard and he's still throwing branches over there, like fuck you. Not neighborly at all. You gotta just cut that tree down.
Crazy
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah.
I got a quick one to throw in right here.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's not mine. This is on behalf of Alabama fans everywhere. Nick Saban just retired.
No, he didn't.
I just got the thing on my phone. Nick Saban's retiring. Like it wasn't like I saw it on Twitter. It's like an official Bleacher Report alert. Like ESPN's reporting Nick Saban just retired. Which, like, hey, for everyone else in college football, yes, I'm happy about it. Fuck Nick Saban. I've been anti-Nick Saban since his Michigan State days. I reckon he's the greatest. He's the greatest coach in the history of American sports. I will say that. I don't think anybody, like maybe you can make what was his name? Wooden for UCLA way back in the day, the basketball coach. But what Nick Saban did and the length at which he did and how dominant he made Alabama, greatest coach ever. But, tip of the cap to Saban. Fuck you, goodbye.
Yeah, dude. That's
Texas State. Next year, we win it all, baby. We
That's
fucking coming for that ass.
That's pretty wild breaking news that you'll hear tomorrow after it's already been broken.
Yeah. Also,
all right,
I texted my buddy and my Saban autocorrected to Savannah, and I've since got 2 texts from other friends saying, "Holy shit, Savannah retired."
Not Savannah. Holy shit. Nick
like
Savannah,
fuck you, like
retiring.
I know I've said Saban before in my phone. It should understand. I'm trying to say Saban and not Savannah.
Yeah.
Autocorrect's getting worse. That's not cool. But yeah, back to the regular not cools.
Next not cool is from Raimundo Benavides. He says his not cool is got COVID again, completed the hat trick. Pat was right. I should have drank more whiskey.
Yeah.
There you
Or
go.
maybe not. I mean, there's been a development in that.
We'll get to that.
Yeah,
And no, I would say he is still very accurate on that.
Or is he?
Oh no, he is. I'll explain it. He's definitely right. Drink more whiskey, don't get sick.
Allegedly. But solid not cool. Yeah, that sucks, dude.
Hopefully it was mild.
Yeah. That's why you gotta get vaxxed.
My buddy had it 3 times. And he said the third one was the worst.
Third time's supposed to be the charm.
Not for COVID.
I guess not. That sucks. T's and P's, bro. Speedy recovery. Just get somebody like whatever the app is that delivers booze. Get that. No free ads. But order booze to the house. You're good to go. Last not cool from you guys and gals from Tessa G at Tessa Goriance on Twitter. Tessa Goryance. Tessa says her not cool is having to pour $400 worth of beer out at work today. Now, I know she works at like a liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that was expired beer.
See, but you know what?
Break before, but what a waste.
That's cool on Tessa though. Like you're doing your job because I gotta be honest, the specs and the total wines and stuff, I will still see beers in there that I know are not still good. I know, like they're beers that were released like 3 years before, and you're like, there's no way that should still be on the shelves, but they just don't get rid of them.
Unrefrigerated too.
Yeah, they just put them back in like a different area, and like where you can buy singles of it, and you're like, well, you're selling singles of skunk ass beer. That's fucked up. Tessa, you're a good person. You're doing the Lord's work. It sucks having to do because nobody wants to see beer go down the drain, but you're doing the right thing.
As a life coach, as your life coach, Tessa, I think that is the right move. So if anybody's like, why are you pouring all this beer? I'd just be like, my life coach just told me to do that. and then they can't get mad at you. It's not your fault. It's the life coach's fault. And also,
Yeah.
you don't want people to drink skunk beer. But yeah, that is not cool. But when you really think about it, it's good that nobody's getting bad beer.
Yeah.
So
Good for you, Tessa. It sucks, but good for you.
Who wants to go with our not cool? If you guys have any not cools, hit us up on Twitter at PassGradePod. Use the hashtag PTG not cool. That's how we search for them each week. Hashtag PTG not cool on Twitter to at PassGradePod.
I got I'll go first. I got a couple. I was planning on betting Michigan. I thought Michigan was gonna win. Day of the national championship, I woke up, I was like, I'm a Notre Dame fan. Fuck Michigan. So I bet Washington. That didn't go well. That sucked. Last night, the Bruins have two goalies that they use. Both of them are some of the best goalies in the league. Last night, a shot goes high. Linus Ullmark reaches up and then just crumpled to the ground. Looked like he probably fucked up his back. Haven't gotten any word yet, but it doesn't look good. And that sucks for my Bruins. The other one was I know I said I was going to help Alex move, and I didn't because I got sick. I know I've famously said on here many times, I don't get sick. I don't ever get sick. I did. I also ended up having to switch to a later shift. That was part of it. And then I realized Friday night that I was sick. So it was good that I didn't go over there because I would have just gotten you sick, buddy, but I didn't. Right. And I blame this, or Robert was alluding to it earlier. I was out of whiskey at the time. I didn't have any whiskey. I got pretty fucked up on gin and pink lemonade vodka on Wednesday. So Thursday when I was at work, I just figured, oh, I'm just fucking hungover. That's why I don't feel good. And then that night I was feeling shitty too. And then Friday I felt really shitty at work and I realized, oh, I'm sick right now. I'm sick all weekend. You can hear it, guy. Like, I'm not sick anymore, but I still have all the mucus and that's why I'm all nasally and shit. It was a slight fever. The mucus, like I had just all that shit in my head. It felt like I had a golf ball behind my left eye all weekend. I was just slamming medication. So then, I'm breaking up all the mucus, but then my nose is running. Your nose gets all dry and cracked at the bottom. My nose is still fucking killing me because it's dry. Yeah, and I was out of whiskey. And then I didn't want to go buy whiskey because I was sick. So I couldn't really combat it the way I wanted to. Yeah. It was just it was a shitty weekend. And then I think it was Sunday night, I guess. It sucked, but like I knew my body was getting over it because I woke up like 4 times during the night, literally as wet as I've ever been from sweating. Just absolutely. And I had just done my sheets the night before because I was like, I need to wash these because I've been sick. Had to wash them again the next day because my bed was drenched. Like I would wake up and rub my head and my hand was soaked. Just soaked in sweat. It was fucking gross. But I was like, you know what? It's my body just finally heating up and flushing all of this shit out of my system. But it was, and the first 2 days I had a cough that was so, I was like not talking all weekend. I wasn't answering phone calls. I was like, just text me because I had to save every bit of voice that I had. Oh, dude, like it was literally like yesterday morning was the first time my voice and my throat didn't hurt. Because then you cough again and it hurts even more. It sucked. Being sick sucks ass. I forgot what it was like because it's been so goddamn long.
On whiskey since?
I actually haven't. I need to. I get paid on Friday. And I've just been trying to save some money. So I was like, that's why I was actually out at that time. I was like, I'm gonna save a little money. I got some gin and stuff at the house. That would carry me. That was a bad decision. I broke my own rule and I paid for it. So yeah, not cool on me for getting sick. And now also I'm at work and I'm all nasally. So you're just like, all these customers probably think a sick guy is giving them food. This sucks. But it is what it is. That's life. And it was going through everybody at work, and I was like, no, I'm fine. I don't get sick. And I was like, I've been sick in 15 years. Boom, I got sick. But I will say somebody else seemed to have the exact same symptoms as me. They actually had to go to the doctor, and they're out until Thursday. So I was like, you know what? I'm still that awesome that the sickness didn't hit me as hard.
You had enough whiskey in your veins that like it fought it off partially. It
Yeah.
would have could.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But yeah, it was just terrible because
T's and
I didn't
P's,
want to
dude.
drink because I was sick. And then I couldn't rip my weed pen because I didn't want to cough because that hurt like a motherfucker. So I was just sober all weekend. Haven't been sober for a full weekend in many, many years. Gotta say, not a fan.
It was
Not a
probably
fan.
good for you though.
It was a good cleanse.
My sister pointed out, she's like, well, you sweat so much, you probably lost some weight. I was like, yeah, I guess that's a silver
Fitness.
lining.
There you go. You were just working out.
Don't think about the fact that you were sick. Think about the fact that you were sick enough to lose weight.
Yeah. And also not just flushing hundreds of calories extra into my system from alcohol all weekend. So
You weren't
Yeah.
trying to fuck food, at least, like Rob Lowe is.
no, I was not.
You were just-
I was
It was like a stay-at-home sauna, basically.
and that,
With
that
your
was
body.
the other part that sucked too. It wasn't just my nose that was raw. I was shitting so much, my asshole was just fucking raw. The softest toilet paper on the planet could not have helped. It was just bad. I had a raw butthole all weekend, and it was not fun. It was those poops too, where like you're sick just from the poop. Like it just feels hot coming out, and it's just all liquid. You're like, God, this is it smells like throw up. It was just bad. But I didn't throw up. Like it wasn't one of those sicknesses. It was just it sucked. So
Thanks for describing it in detail.
yeah, I hope somebody threw up in their car.
I hope Sam was eating breakfast right as he did that.
Oh yeah. Also, and now I've got some sort of giant zit coming in on my nose, and it really hurts. That's not
Yeah,
fun.
those are the worst. Those
Yeah,
are the worst.
yeah.
I have a couple of them I can run through. Mostly unpacking. I moved like on Friday all over the weekend, and so like just the unpacking part sucks. Along with moving is like transferring over my services. I had used that as a not cool because I had the future Alex having to do that. I did do that, and when I was trying to switch my electricity, they just tried to like shame me for not getting like solar or whatever. And it was like a whole like they were trying to basically be like, you do just hate the environment. I was like, no, dude, I don't fucking understand what you're saying. Like, they're, well, you could pay this much more a month and it would be solar. We have a solar plan. So you would pay this much more a month and then you'd get this credit and then you wouldn't have solar panels installed. It would cost you more, but it's coming from solar energy. And I was like, no, I'm not going to pay you more just to say it's solar. Like, I'm not doing that. And they're like, for any particular reason? And I was like, yeah, because it costs more. And they're like, but it is for the environment. And I was like, but it costs more.
Buddy, this is Texas, not California. That's not going to work on anybody here.
Do you know how much the sun costs if I go outside? $0. The sun should cost $0. So, but this electricity is from the sun. Okay, cool. $0. So my electricity bill is free. Like, I don't understand solar panels at all. And to be like shamed for being like I don't know, like they were pretty aggressive about it. They're pretty aggressive about it. But like, if I don't know how solar panels work, but if you get solar panels installed, why does everybody else get to use your solar energy? Like, if I got solar panels on my house, shouldn't my house get 100% of the solar energy and not it just be banked and be like, well, we're going to ship it off to Robert? No. Robert didn't put solar panels on there. Robert doesn't get my solar panel stuff. He doesn't get that. That's mine. My energy should be $0 because it's from the sun. How is it
communist
costing money?
energy? That's communist energy. Like, hey, you're going to pay for it and you're going to gather it, but we're going to give it to other people too, and you're not going to get to use all of it. Fuck that.
They're going to give me a credit. I don't fucking know what the credit does. I'm sure it might be a tax credit. Yeah, it is a tax year since we have the Olympics. We got to pay it this time.
I don't
every
understand
4
taxes
years.
though. So like, I probably going to get to use the credit.
I don't understand either. Yeah, and it's like, but then to just like bully me. Like, I don't have solar panels and shit on my stuff, but that means I'm just ripping them off of somebody else's. I don't want to do that. That's theirs. They should you should get to pay $0 for your shit, or very, very minimal. It should cost you way, way less if you have the solar panels, and they shouldn't be able to be like, oh, but it's just this much more a month, but your energy is coming from solar. I don't give a fuck. Make it cost less, and then I'll do that. I want to do whatever the cheapest deal is. That's what it is. Not because I say fuck the environment, because I don't want to pay $3 more per whatever every month. I'm not going to do that. So
Yeah, not paying more.
Don't try and solar shame me, you fucks. Don't do that. I'm not that kind of guy, all right? I did tell him I would go plant a tree, and I'm not going to plant a tree because he pissed me off. So just know that. insert
Yeah, but by
energy
using
company.
little M instead of the green trees, it's like you're saving trees.
We plant, but Lil M's always. I've already been very environmentally friendly.
There
I'm
you
a
go.
life coach. I'm a life coach. Everybody go plant a tree.
I pee outside when I can. So you know what? I'm not wasting water flushing. I'm an environmentalist.
Done. Yeah, and that didn't even cost me $3 more a month or whatever it is. Like just
I peed outside today.
the balls to say, well, it's better for the environment. That's why I'm going to charge you more for. Like, okay, cool. I'm not rich. No, not doing
Also,
that.
bold of you to think I give a fuck about the environment.
Hey, someone somewhere randomly in the world might die, but you're going to get $100 off of whatever this bill is. I'd be like, I'm going to go with that plan. I'm sorry. Yeah. Am I an asshole? Maybe.
I don't give
But
a fuck about somebody potentially somewhere. I care about me.
I was just like, just do what I'm already in. And then they were like, well, your plan is this. And I was like, just do that one again, but at the new place I'm at. And they're like, okay, we can do that, but we can also. I was like, did you hear what I just said? I said, do the same plan, but just at the new place. And I finally was like, dude, I'm going to hang up. Like, do you want security? No, I don't want security. No, I don't want cable from you. I don't want phone from you either. I just shut the fuck up. Tell me my thing's good. And then, yeah, it's the worst. That's a solid not cool from having to move and all that shit that goes with it. And then my other not cool is I got by the fucking, like, the 50-50 raffle got me again on Saturday night. I can't stop with 50-50 raffles. Maybe I'm too charitable. Do I love charity too much?
How much did they get you for?
$200. You know how much
Hey,
money I
it's charity,
won?
though.
You know how much money I won? Charity, though. Yeah, you're right. Charity. Every time I saw the guy, I was like, here's $50. He'd come by, like, same quarter, like, hey, I need these numbers. Need these numbers too. And he even told me, he was like, these are the winning numbers. These are the winning numbers. I was like, you probably tell that to everybody. He's like, no. He definitely tells that to everybody. They were not the winning numbers. I didn't.
We're gonna get you a win. Here's what we're gonna do, because we didn't know about doing this at your wedding. Next time you have an anniversary party, whether like an actual party, I'm sure you'll do something for your first anniversary, and maybe it's your 5th anniversary. If you have a party, we're gonna throw a 50-50 raffle at your anniversary, and it'll be 50% goes to the happy couple, and then 50%, somebody's gonna win. And then finally you'll win a 50-50 raffle.
I don't want to win it that way. I want to win it in a big
a win is a
stadium.
win.
Oh, no, it's not.
It is.
The integrity would not feel like it was there. I want to win at a sporting event. I want to win at a professional sporting event where then I get to be like, ha, 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 I fucking win, you don't win. And I get to talk shit all the way up there and have bigger friends of mine protect me because I don't want to get jumped. And then I get to take my money and run. And I'd love that. That's what I wanted. And I would be a very humble winner, I'd like to think.
Actually. Of course, that's everybody's dream,
but like, I've put enough money in. It's like when you get fucked by your insurance company, like, we're not going to pay on that. And you're like, well, I pay my insurance bill all the time. What do you mean you're not going to cover this on my car? And they're like, well, we're just not going to. And you're like, but I've at least paid you that much in bills over the years. Like, fuck you. It doesn't matter. Like, I've paid at least whatever the 50-50 pot is at some place, I'm sure, on just... It's like $200, just take my money every single time. And like, if you put a slot machine in front of me, no chance you're getting $200 from me. I'm really good about, like, if I'm losing at blackjack, you're not getting $200 out of me. You're not going to get that on a fucking card table or anything like that. But 50-50 raffle, fucking just take my money. I don't know what it is. Just the opportunity to fucking win. A regular raffle, don't give a fuck. It's a 50-50 raffle. You're just like, fucking let's go. I'm at the game. Give me more tickets. $50 worth of tickets. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. And then every single time, like, tonight's 50-50 raffle number winner is blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, fuck. It's the worst. It's the worst. I even got too drunk to, like, remember that I had the 50-50 raffle tickets and had to go to Twitter to, like, ask somebody if they would give me the 50-50 number. Like, I got to the bar that I went to, it was just like, oh, no, I still have these. But luckily, there was a good Samaritan that posted the actual numbers, and I was like, yeah, didn't win. So I'm 0 for a million. 0 for a million on 50-50 raffles. I don't understand. Like, it is for charity. It is for charity. If you don't know what a 50-50 raffle is, I've already told you a million times, but it's half the pot goes to you, half the pot goes to whatever charity is. And I don't even know what the charity was, but shout out to them for getting 200 of my dollars.
100 of your dollars.
Well, you know
Some
what?
random asshole got 100 of your dollars.
Because I didn't win, I was actually going to donate it back to the charity. I was going to donate my half back.
Of
So,
course.
I would have donated it back had I won that night. Now,
And
not
I
going
would
to
have
do that.
matched. I would have
And Pat would have
matched.
matched. Robert, would you have matched?
I would have matched.
Robert, think how much money that charity just missed out on because they didn't let me win.
Shame.
Real shame. Real shame. But yeah, I got again, and I don't know what it is. It's not like they have like shiny signs. They did have a yellow sign, but like the guy walks by and they advertise it. I'm like, hey, there's the guy. Hey, every single time. Every single time. Hot dog guy walks by, don't bat an eye. Beer guy walks by, don't give a shit. 50-50 guy, I'm like, here's $50. $50 again. 50 more bucks. 50 more bucks. Now I'm out $200. Still didn't win. That happens every game I go to.
T's and P's, buddy.
Thanks, man. But charity. Am I right? Just very charitable guy. Robert, what was your not cool?
I hurt my shins walking last week. I had to do this video with one of the on-air people, and I was wearing boots that day. And I don't
With the fur?
normally. Yeah, they had some fur on. Yeah. I don't normally wear these boots like for walking a bunch, right? They're just more like more fashion, whatever. And we had to go to the Galleria, and this person walked so fast, and like I had to walk really fast to try to keep up. I didn't even notice it at first until like a couple hours later. I just like was walking out of the station. I'm like, ow, my shins hurt, and they were sore all weekend. Like I didn't know how to walk. I was kind of more like throwing my legs forward than like bending. I couldn't walk anywhere. I was homebound, and now I don't know if I could ever wear boots with the fur again.
Yeah. You got to. I mean, when you do, the whole club's looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
You hit the floor, and the next thing you know,
Getting low.
low.
I think like Saturday night, I was like, Sam, can you come here and massage my shins?
Most vulnerable Robert's ever been in his life.
She's like anything for the hog.
It was really so strange, like not being able to walk. I didn't know how to. I didn't
Did you
realize how much
feel
like pressure I use.
Did you feel like you were like chasing this person that was walking fast? Like, was
Yeah.
it that fast? Where you're like, what are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild that people just don't like? I'm a very pace walking kind of person. Like, I kind of walk at the pace that other people are walking at. If you're walking faster, I'll kind of keep up with you to an extent. But there's still just like, I'm going to go 100 miles an hour. And if you do not keep up, I do not care.
Mm-hmm.
I do not care.
Yeah, and I would say like I'm not a slow walker. Like if someone walks fast, I can usually keep up with them. But they were zooming.
Basically running.
Mm-hmm.
T's and P's, dude. How the shins doing right now?
They're much better now. Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought
You gotta get a little foam roll action going on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little body work.
I had like a baseball that I kind of like rolled on my
Mhm.
shin as well, like a massage.
Yeah, get one of those massage guns.
Mm-hmm.
Those
I
are
think
tits.
I've had 2 of them like on separate occasions. I end up returning them because I'm like, I don't know if I'll actually use them.
You don't always use them, but when you do, you love them. You're like, I'm so glad I have this. It's clutch. I use mine probably 3-4 times a week at least. But yeah, totally worth the investment. That does suck, Robert. Everybody T's and P's. It's Robert's shins.
Thank you.
See, a Parcissist would not have T's and P's to Robert right there. Or a narcissist wouldn't. A Parcissist would. Fuck, I ruined the whole bit. Ruined the whole bit.
Stupid bastard.
Cut that part out. So that was our not cool segment. How about that? We're almost wrapping up this pod, and we aren't even into an hour and a half yet. Pat, will you tell everybody you're drinking a Southern Star right now? Will you tell everybody before we get into the answers segment, if you'd like to submit an answers question to us? You know, we start the pre-com segment. We got business ideas. We got our thoughts that we want to share with you. We enjoy it when you guys power rank. We send us things to power rank. We're the best power rankers in the world. If you got relationship advice you want, parenting advice you want, maybe just this or that kind of question, anything like that at all, hit us up on Twitter. We are at Pass the Gravy Pod. Use the hashtag PTG Answers. You can also email them to us, answers at passthegravypod.com. Although we do check Twitter first, you can go to our website and hit contact us and then submit your answers question too. But at Pass Great Pod, use the hashtag PTG Answers. That's the best way to reach us. And hashtag PTG Answers. This is the answer segment brought to you by Southern Star Brewing Company. Pat, tell them about that.
Yeah, the thing I love the most about Southern Star is their roster of beers go good with any situation, scenario, whether you've had a long day at work, a bad day at work, a good day at work. You want to come home, crack open a cold one, just relax a little bit. You're sitting down to watch the game, crack one open just to set the mood right, get it going. Any beer they have is going to go well with that. And no matter what kind of beer you like, they're going to find one that's great for you. Whether it's right now, I've been crushing the original, the great, the beautiful, the sexy, the bombshell blonde. They got the strawberry blonde as well. If you want to add a little fruit, little change up, little curveball into your system, put a little and make yourself feel like you're being healthy. It's like, oh, it's strawberry, it's healthy. You like dark beers, the year round. You got the Buried Hatchet. Right now, the highlight beer that they got going on is the Loki's Lives. It is a black IPA, bold and roasty, with a harmonious blend of dark malts and raisinous hops, creating a rich, balanced, flavorful profile. 6.6%. Don't need a lot of them. It'll get you where you need to go. Or even if you just want to have one, relax a little bit. Also, it's the season. The Tejas Chocolate Stout. That one is, I don't even know if I have the words for how delicious that one is. It is just, it's nice. That's the best way I could put it. It is so nice. You just sit back. It's that nice, if you're a dark beer drinker, you're a stout drinker, like that nice, dark, bold flavor, hints of chocolate, just add a little easier drinking into it. It's great. No matter what you like in a beer, there's one that they're going to find you at Southern Star. Get up to the brewery, 3525 North Flavor, I almost said North Flavor Street. That is actually where Guy Fieri lives. North Fraser Street, 3525 is where you want to go if you're trying to get to Southern Star.
A lot of flavor at Fraser Street, though.
Yeah, there is. Oh, so much flavor. So much flavor. Not to mention, you got food trucks up there all the time for you. There's always a delicious pairing of great beer, delicious food, and you know what? Just frankly, great people. The people up at Southern Star, they're the best. They take care of you. They find you a beer that you like. You want a couple tastings, you want a flight, you want to try all these different beers. You got great merch up there as well. You'll look good while drinking good beer. It's a very important pairing. Take a picture. We got our flag poster, whatever it is up there, past the gravy. Take a picture in front of it. Tell them we sent you. They'll take care
Gravy
of you.
Gang. They'll get it.
Gravy Gang. Say hi to Keith. Great guy.
Tag them, tag us. They're at Southern Star BC and at Southern Star Brewing Co. on Twitter and Instagram. Let them know you're supporting the people, supporting the pod. We love you guys. If you're tweeting a picture of you drinking a Southern Star at all, like tag us at Pass Great Pod. Tag them too, and we'll retweet you. We'll retweet you and give you a follow. But Southern Star Brewing Company, the official beer sponsor of the Answers segment.
Well, if you just answer the question, why just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
All right, our first question this week comes to us from our buddy Quentin Hughes, the reigning Rookie of the Year at the Gravies Awards. Quentin says, or he's at Q the Ace on Twitter, but Quentin says, why is someone's old man their dad, but their old lady is their wife?
Well, and I hate to use this term, but I think this is one of the few times it'll be used correctly, the patriarchy. Because it's because when those terms were coined, everything was centered around men. Nobody gave a shit what women were saying back then. So it was like, if I said my old man, of course she meant his dad. It's a man talking. My old lady, yeah, it's my wife. Everything's centered around dudes.
Yeah, I guess.
That makes surprisingly a lot of sense.
Right?
It really does.
For once, the patriarchy is actually the real reason and not just a bullshit talking point thrown out by women with cats and pink hair.
Yeah, I guess that's the right answer for that. I always thought it was weird that you'd call your spouse your old lady at all. Just like I always thought like old ball and chain was a funnier way to like the old ball and chain. Like that's funny to me, but like old lady was just like sounds like she's a grandma. I don't know.
Grandmas can be sexy.
Pat had a better answer, so we're gonna go with Pat's answer. It's patriarchy, which we have toppled, obviously.
We're smashing it.
We're smashing it, giving you guys all the best life advice that you need for free, saving you $240 a month, smashing the patriarchy. We already shut down the littlemshop.com. Promo code PGG69 at checkout. Great question, Quentin. We got Glamour Perry at Glam for Life on Twitter with our next one. And she says, how do you solve problems with dictators, aka problematic people? Dictators, specifically war.
Yeah, you kill them.
I think you have to kill the dictator. Problematic people, avoiding them. If you're just trying like
tell them to fuck
friends
off,
or people like at work, just avoid them.
You just don't fuck with them, man. Just be like, listen, I don't fuck with you. I don't like the cut of your jib. I'll be professional at work if we have to work together, but that's the end of it. I ain't dealing with your shit. You suck. I don't like you.
Yeah. I would say that's better than assassination, which is usually how it goes for dictators.
Yeah.
Yeah, or send in SEAL Team 6N.
Get taken out by dogs and robots.
Yeah. Assassination is probably the number one way to take out a dictator, I would guess. But yeah, I would just say avoid them or tell them to fuck off. One of those two is probably better than assassinating them.
I think that telling them to fuck off is a pretty good one because a lot of people that are problematic like that, they are narcissists and they don't get that people don't like them. And if you're just straightforward, like, listen, fuck you. I don't like you. I will be professional in the work environment when I have to. But other than that, don't talk to me. I want nothing to do with you. That might be the only way they get the picture. Otherwise, they'll just be like, yeah, everyone loves me. I rock. If you're like, no, fuck you. I don't want to be around you. Don't talk to me. Then they'll stop coming up to you. And then you don't have to avoid them because they'll avoid you.
Yes.
Direct.
Nailed it.
Honest.
As life coaches, perfect advice, Pat. I would have to say, as a fellow life coach, I think you're giving our viewers, listeners, our readers even the best kind of advice ever. And yeah, so if they're like, why were you so mean to me? But my life coach has told me that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
They also said assassination, but they said not to do that. I could try that. And they're like, actually, no, don't do that.
We have to give multiple avenues.
Right. But
multiple choices.
Do not, I'm going to say as a life coach, do not assassinate it.
Yeah, I probably don't go for these.
We frown upon assassination.
Chances are you're not skilled enough to get away with it. So don't do anything you can't get away with.
Anti-assassination cast, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not anti. I think there's a time and a place for it.
Yeah. Not for the podcast, though. Not for the podcast.
No.
Good question, Glamour. Good question. Next question comes from our boy Brandon Davis. He's also known as Texas Cat Daddy at A Stream of Cream on Twitter is where you can follow him at A Stream of Cream. He says, power rank these smells. So we're power ranking smells this week. This is a wildly varying list. He gives us gasoline, bacon, chlorine/bleach, cinnamon, and barbecue. Robert, go first.
All right. My number 5, chlorine/bleach.
Like because you like it?
No, number 5 is the worst. It being the worst.
Okay.
Yeah. It's unpleasant. It burns your nose. Not good. Number 4, I'm going cinnamon. Cinnamon on its own, I don't like. Now, if something like a cinnamon roll, that's a good smell. But this is just cinnamon on its own. Not super crazy about just cinnamon on its own.
Fair.
Okay.
Number 3, I'm going gasoline.
Fair.
I'm kind of one of those that like the smell of gasoline. Also kind of like Sharpies. I'm not just
Mhm.
sniffing them all the time though.
Just on occasion for a little treat.
For a little treat.
Yeah.
If I've been good. If I've been good that week. Number 2, I'm going bacon. And number 1, I'm going barbecue.
I can't really fault your list.
Yeah.
I'll go next
It's a good
just because
list.
I would have just said I think you have cinnamon a little low, but I have gasoline at 5. I do not like the smell of gasoline. It just makes you feel like there's gas leaking somewhere. It's like if it's in your car at all, and if it's on me, it's just the worst. And I'm always just paranoid somebody's gonna light me on fire, and then I'm gonna be more flammable because gasoline, obviously. So not a fan of gasoline smell. That's 5. 4 is bleach and chlorine. I understand that people do like the smell of like when something's really clean. My sister-in-law came over and was helping us clean out our old apartment, and she like she's into like that. She's oddly satisfied with like cleaning shit. And so she like loves the smell. Like it smells clean. It smells so clean. It smells just like bleach. It's like I get like this just smells clean, but I do not love the smell of bleach. Bleach isn't a smell like bleach. And chlorine makes you just feel like it's a pool. I think Cat Daddy works with pools, so like that he probably loves that smell or hates it, either or. But I would say chlorine and bleach is 4. 3 is barbecue. Barbecue could have been 1. Barbecue could have been 1, but I thought the top 3 are just really hard to pick between. Barbecue is 3. I love the smell of barbecue. Not faulting it at all, but just I don't know. I don't think it's as good as the top 2. Number 2 is cinnamon. Robert did kind of poke a hole in my reasoning because you said cinnamon by itself. All I think of when I can think of the smell of cinnamon is Cinnabon, and Cinnabon is like the greatest smell in the world. Whenever you'd be in the mall, you're like, Cinnabon. It's going to be 95,000 calories. It's going to be 3 by 3 foot, and I'm going to have to take 6 days if I want to finish it, but it smells amazing. And then you never bought it because it was always really overpriced, but Cinnabons always smelled awesome, and I just associate cinnamon with that, so I'm going to go 2. And number 1 is bacon because, like Michael Scott, who doesn't want to wake up to the smell of crispy bacon every single morning? That's why he burned his foot, so he could wake up to the smell of bacon. And I think a lot of us would probably burn our feet to wake up to the smell of bacon. It's the best smell probably ever, but I would go bacon 1, cinnamon, then barbecue, bleach at 4, and gasoline at 5.
I will go. I'm gonna go bleach 5. I do enjoy the clean smell. Like when something's very clean, you're like, yeah, like it kind of stings, but like it's good.
Only in like a
It's nice, though.
situation though. Like you don't want
Yeah,
to just like
situational.
you're never like craving the smell of bleach.
That's why it's 5. It's situationally, but it's nice.
Yeah.
Kind of same thing for gasoline. 4. I'm not like looking for gasoline scented candles or anything like that, but when you and not even really at the gas station, but every once in a while you could just get a faint hit of gasoline and you're like, ooh, that's bad but great at the same time. I don't understand the appeal of it, but it does appeal to me.
Is it because it's bad? So it is just like it's like that's not good for you, and so you're like, I want to do it even more now.
It doesn't smell good, but I like the smell of it. I guess it's the same thing of like farts. Like that smells bad, but like that's awesome.
Don't smoke cigarettes. They're gross. And you're like, now I want to just buy a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, I love the smell of cigarettes. 3, I'm gonna go cinnamon. Part of the thing that you're loving, Alex, the smell that you're loving is bread. That's what's getting you with cinnamon. It's bread. Cinnamon, very good smell, but it's not overwhelmingly great. 2, barbecue. There's a myriad of smells that go with that. Like, I don't know, even if you're just talking about barbecue meat or just barbecue in general, because then you're also getting the potato salad smell. You're getting all these smells. It's great. But the granddaddy of them all, the greatest food to ever fucking be invented, the greatest thing to ever happen to the planet Earth is bacon. I said it a couple weeks ago to my friends. I don't know who the weird fucker was that first realized that if you cut a pig this way and then fry that fucking piece of fat on it, it's the greatest thing ever. The smell of bacon is the best. Just bacon is the best. No matter what the question is, bacon is the answer.
Yeah. Fair. That was it. That was a good one. I like the power rankings where it's like, it's kind of a wide variety. And I feel like we all did have similar rankings, but like that was odd enough, but paired together. So give us 5 similarly related things like Brandon did right there, like Cat Daddy did. And that's what we'll power rank. I love the power rankings. That's one of my favorite things of answers every single week. Shout out at A Stream of Cream. Good one right there, buddy. Mikey Paul, the reigning I Love You Man award winner at the Gravies Awards. He's at It's Just Mikey P on Twitter. And Mikey says, Ryan Reynolds or Channing Tatum?
I mean, it's Ryan Reynolds.
It's Ryan
I
Reynolds.
was saying Ryan Reynolds.
It's one of the few times I'm going to take Canadian over American, and nothing against Channing. I love Channing too. He's very funny, but like, I mean, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. He can do it all.
You know, I
He
was
can
actually
sing,
randomly
he
thinking
can
about
dance.
earlier. I can't remember if it was this morning or yesterday, but his random cameo in Ted, where he plays the gay Fight Club guy that Patrick Warburton like is in love with. Ryan Reynolds doesn't even have a line in that. He just like awkwardly smiles and walks through the screen. Like it's just everything about him is just funny.
What about Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Gosling?
Reynolds.
Yeah, same. All right. Good question, Mikey P.
Ryan Reynolds is like, he's probably my top man crush. I'm sure you could find another one in there somewhere, but like
Not
Ryan
Rob
Reynolds
Lowe?
is perfect.
Not Rob Lowe.
No, I'd still take Ryan over Rob, but Rob is up there.
Rob would just be trying to fuck food the whole time.
I mean, and I love food, so
I want to start let's just make that, like the Marilyn Manson, like got his rib removed so he could suck his own dick. Like that was a rumor. Like let's just start the rumor. Like Rob Lowe fucks food.
He can't eat the carbs, so he fucks them.
Richard Gere, like it was the gerbil in the ass story about Richard Gere that everybody knew. And it was like that was really pre-internet, and it was just like you just heard it because everybody at every school at some point had somebody that said that, and then somehow that person at all schools communicated to all the other people at all the other schools. Be like, I mean, there's got to be some truth to that. I don't know how much, but like, let's just start to like, dude, Rob Lowe fucks food. That guy, I loved him in Parks and Rec, but that guy fucks food.
Yeah. Well, that's his thing. He
He's a
doesn't
food
eat
fucker.
carbs. That's
Right.
the whole Atkins thing is no carbs. So he can't eat a nice piece of French bread. He sticks his dick in it instead.
He thinks that the food is either going to fuck me if I eat it and it's bad for me, or I can fuck the food and at least I feel good.
Yeah, he'll make a steak and cheese sub, scrape the steak and cheese off of it, eat that, and then just fuck the sub.
Right. Or whatever the equivalent of that is.
That way you
in
still get the
Atkins.
bread smells.
Right. Rob
Well,
Lowe's
that's
food
what
fucker.
that's what Atkins is. It's basically keto. It's just low carb.
Yeah. I have a door in my podcast room for the first time. The other one didn't. And Emma just left. So she closed the door and Wheezy's in here. And now Wheezy's freaking out at the door. Stop scratching this new fucking door. Don't do that. Just chill out. We're almost done. All right. Wheezy, like I'm sure it's with a lot of dogs, but I've had multiple dogs and they all just seem weird as fuck when you move. Like why is my stuff here now?
Yeah. Well, they don't.
This isn't where I live. And especially since we're like in the same place, just the same apartment building, just a different place in the building. Like she like going to the wrong stairs every single time. She's just completely thrown out of whack. Like, what? Why? Why
Has she
here?
been hanging out by the front door?
No, she has not as much.
That's what when I've moved, I've had dogs. They just hang out by the front door. Like, when are we leaving? And you're like, no, this is the place that we leave to come back to now.
Yeah,
Takes them like
this
a
is
week,
where we
and
come
they're like,
to.
okay.
Yeah, she's still getting weirded out, and like we've got more space and like a different room now. So like she's like going back and forth, having to keep up with everybody. Really throws dogs off, or at least my dogs moving. But it's gotta be weird as shit to be a dog. Wait, what? Kind of like being like a fly if you're in an airplane and then you just like leave Texas and you're in like, oh cool, now I'm in Alaska. The fuck is this?
This is
You
bullshit.
have no idea. I just woke up today and they packed up all my things and took them. And now I'm here. Anyways, Ashley Wilkins has our final question of the week. Let's wrap this bitch up. Ashley with an I at Buster Healer Mix on Twitter. If you want to give her a follow, she says she's bringing back an oldie but a goodie, and this just it tickled me when I saw this one. Since we haven't had one of these in a while, is a banana a frisbee or a ladle? It looks like a frisbee, but you can scoop ice cream like in a banana split.
It's definitely a ladle.
I would say a banana is more a ladle than
Yeah.
a frisbee, which it's not a frisbee, it's a boomerang, which is originally what it was. It's more shaped like a boomerang, but I think that it works better as a ladle. It's probably a better ladle than a boomerang. It is both. Is the correct answer. Is it a ladle or a boomerang? It would be both, because everything in the world.
Not both, just ladle.
No. Everything in the world, we've already gone over this, Pat, hundreds of times. Everything in the world is either, no, fuck, I fucked it up. I'm fucking my own thing. It's been so long. It's been so long since we did this. No, but everything in the whole world is both a boomerang and a ladle. If you put a handle on anything, it becomes a ladle. And then if you throw anything, it becomes a boomerang. Whether or not it's good at doing that function, that's up to you. I mean, you can say something's a really shitty ladle. If it doesn't come back,
it's not a boomerang.
This pen, not a great boomerang.
Not a boomerang at all.
It is not a good one.
No.
Not one you want to go out and use all the time.
And here's the thing. Here's why it is a ladle, and also in multiple phases can it be a ladle, because you can thin slice a banana and then dehydrate those chips and have banana chips and then use those banana chips as ladles.
You could also use the peel to kind of hold some sort of liquid, depending on how you hold it.
Or if you're a sick fuck like Rob Lowe, you probably try and fuck the peel after you
Rob
get the
Lowe would
banana
definitely fuck the banana.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe has fucked so many bananas, I bet.
I bet it feels good.
Yeah. I mean, we like Rob Lowe, but just that's a weird thing that we don't kink shame. So we're still going to support him no matter what. It's better to be on the food fucker list than the Epstein list. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So that's the real list that, like, maybe Kimmel being on the food fucker list is probably, like, I bet Kimmel's a food fucker. Aaron Rodgers got his lists mixed up.
Kimmel probably goes into Rob Lowe's trash can trying to find the food that he fucks so he can eat it. Years ago, he did. He's not so fat anymore. But when he was chubbed up.
Robert, promote the podcast this week as the guys tell you which list Jimmy Kimmel is really on. Really ended up on. And people are like, oh, let's get click that.
Food fucker list. Like, that dude's definitely stuck his dick in a donut before.
Food fucker. And it's like, it's way less like harmful to someone's character to be like they're a food fucker than like they fuck kids. Which is essentially what like Aaron Rodgers hinted at, which is like if you do the latter, fuck you, you're a scumbag human being. But it is funny to just be like you're a food fucker. Like that harmless fun. It's just guys being dudes.
Yeah. You fuck food.
It's like a middle school like rumor you would like. Do you guys hear? Jimmy was a food fucker. Like everybody said Jimmy Kimmel. I didn't fuck food.
Jimmy Kimmel probably would like cut a hole into like a melon when he was in junior high and then knew exactly how many seconds to heat it up for. So it was the optimal temperature for him to fuck.
So you want to heat it up on that and then you want to put it on broil in the oven for 30 seconds.
In the oven. 43 seconds in the, if you go 45, it's going to be too hot. You're going to burn the tip of your dick. 43, nice, warm, and moist.
And you're like, dude, you know way too much about this.
Shut up, Jimmy. Just give us Girls on Trampolines. Get off my TV.
Yeah. Leave me alone, Jimmy, you food fucker. We don't kink shame. We don't kink shame. As long as
you want to fuck food, fuck food.
Pedophilia or
just don't serve it to anybody after.
Yeah. We have rules and standards.
Unless that's their kink and they want it, then do what makes them happy.
As long as it's consensual. By the way, don't watch Saltburn, anybody. Do not watch the movie Saltburn. Not going to get into it. Don't watch Saltburn.
Yeah, all I've seen is that apparently some dude dances and has a giant dick.
Nope. Yeah, don't watch it. Not because of that. There's a lot of other stuff, but maybe you'll like it. I don't think you'd like it.
I've heard it's really good. I've actually had a lot of friends tell me to watch it. I'm probably not going to watch it because there's hockey on every night.
Don't burn one of your 7 movies you watch in your life on Saltburn. Let's rule that one out. All right. Hey, we need to get out early for Robert, and look at us wrapping this bitch up early. How about us, huh? How about us? It's a couple life coaches. Robert's our life coach. He was like, hey, wrap it up early. We listened to our life coach. You guys are all growing. You're doing a great job. And if you made it to the end, you're destined for greatness. You're destined for greatness in this world. Whatever you want in this world, you go out and it's going to be attracted to you. It's going to come to you. You are conquering this world. You're stronger now than you've ever been before because you finished another episode of Pass the Gravy and you are all up to date. Now, if you want to get stronger, go to the YouTube version of this and watch that. And then when you're done with that, go to the audio version and play that again, and then go play the YouTube version again. That's how you get stronger and all of your dreams come true. When you consume more Pass the Gravy, you spread the word of Pass the Gravy to your friends. Hey, check out this cool podcast. It's called Pass the Gravy, and they teach you all these great things. They teach you all these great things, and it's like a free life coach. Robert showed us earlier today, $120 per session, or per hour. I mean, $120 per hour. We're doing. This is about 2 hours. That's $240 almost we saved you this week. Right back in your pocket. We care about you guys. We love you guys from your life coaches, your most toxic life coaches. And we mean that in a good way. Have a great rest of your week. Fuck the Cowboys. Fuck the Eagles. Go Texans. Go Packers. And until I got to give you guys our socials. We're at Alex J. Middleton is for me. I'm on all socials. TikTok,
we got to do the celebrity
everything.
guess.
Celebrity guest. Yes, we do. Good fucking call, Pat. Good call, Pat. Thank God. Thank God. There we go.
Things.
There we go. Yeah, but I'm at Alex J. Middleton. I was like searching for something and I felt like I was like stalling. What am I stalling for? Oh, that's what I'm stalling for. Good job, Pat. But yeah, I'm at Alex J. Middleton on all socials. Pat is at Not Pat Dion. Robert is at Robert Barbosa03. And we are at Pass the Gravy Pod on all socials. Give us a follow on TikTok, everywhere. Share us with a friend. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts. And then don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right, our random celebrity generator. Everybody start thinking about it. Everybody put a random celebrity in your head right now. We're just doing this once. Robert, who do you got?
Emma Stone.
Who do you got, Pat?
Danny DeVito.
Ooh, I'm gonna go. Dave Grohl. And it is Donna Summer.
Damn.
Disco musician. Nobody was even close. So there we go.
Danny, Donna. I was pretty close.
Danny, yeah. So Pat is the closest to the pen. It wins you nothing. We've got to get better at remembering to do this at the end. But great job, Pat. Great save right there at the end. Everybody, please credit Pat with one save on the season as a closer. Love you guys. You are the fucking best. Good luck on your celebrity guesses next week. Until we talk to you guys and gals again. Pass the gravy, ya bitches.
Gravy, gang, gang, gang. Baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we're listening to Pass the Gravy. We're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, baby. Now we go here.